In the beginning, the world lay quiet in total darkness. There were no trees nor grasses. The world was nothing. It was not dead, but it was asleep. Then, the Great Spirit called, Byaumi, manifested, and whispered to the Sun Goddess called, Yi. Like the rest of the universe, Yi was asleep. But when she heard the Great Spirit's voice, she awoke, and just as she opened her eyes, the darkness was swept aside by her brilliant light. She floated down to the earth, leaping around in glorious excitement. Wherever her feet touched the ground, trees, shrubs, bushes and grass sprang up. Seeing this, the Great Spirit told the Sun Goddess to go into the cold, dark, gloomy caves. When she did, her warmth turned the dim forms into the animals, birds and insects, and they happily followed her outside to the trees and grass. Byaumi, the Great Spirit, told the Sun Goddess to go to the hills and valleys, and into caves, on ice-covered mountains. When she did, the ice melted, and formed rivers, while the shapes in the water turned into fish, and reptiles. That was how the rivers, seas and all water creatures, came to be. Seeing the world start to come alive, Byaumi smiled, saying, "This is good. My world is now alive." The Sun Goddess then told all the creatures she had brought to life, that they were in the land of the Great Spirit, and that it was theirs to enjoy forever. She promised them she would send the times and seasons, but could not live with them. She told them she would soon leave to go and live in the sky where she belonged, and that when the living died, their spirits would go up and live with her. As soon as she had finished saying this, the Sun Goddess rose back into the sky, became a ball of light, and soon sank behind the western hills. The world became dark again, and all the living things were sad and afraid, and later went to sleep. Many hours passed, then suddenly, birds started twittering. The Sun Goddess appeared again and filled the plains with light on the first morning. All the living things then knew that daytime would always follow night. The river and lake spirits longed for the Sun Goddess' warmth and light, and rose into the sky, trying to reach her. She smiled as they dissolved into drops of water, and fell back to the earth, as rain and dew. Realizing that all the creatures had been afraid on the first night, the Sun Goddess sent the morning star, to remind them that she would be returning. However, she felt sorry for the morning star, because she would be lonely, and so, made the moon called Baloo, to be her husband. And everyone became happy.
there, mythology buffs. Ever heard of the Bunyip? If not, buckle up, because today we're diving into the mysterious world of this legendary creature from the Australian outback. The Bunyip, a creature steeped in Aboriginal folklore, is said to lurk in swamps, billabongs, creeks and riverbeds. Descriptions of the Bunyip vary wildly, from a monstrous water-dwelling beast to a spirit that protects sacred waterways. Some say it has the face of a dog, the body of a horse and flippers like a seal. Others describe it as a massive, hairy creature with a blood-curdling roar. The word Bunyip itself comes from the Wemba Wemba or Wagaya language of the Aboriginal people, and it roughly translates to devil or evil spirit. The stories of the Bunyip have been passed down through generations, often as a cautionary tale to keep children away from dangerous waters. In the early 19th century, European settlers began to take an interest in the Bunyip, with newspaper articles and even supposed sightings making headlines. One famous account from 1845 involved the discovery of a mysterious skull that many believed belonged to the Bunyip. The skull was displayed in the Australian Museum in Sydney, drawing huge crowds eager to catch a glimpse of the creature's remains. However, it was later identified as the skull of a deformed calf or a large bird. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the legend of the Bunyip endures to this day. Modern-day cryptozoologists, those who study hidden or unknown animals, still hunt for clues, hoping to uncover the truth behind the myth. Some theories suggest that the Bunyip could be based on ancient members of real animals like the Diprotodon, a giant prehistoric marsupial that once roamed Australia. But whether the Bunyip is a real creature, a misunderstood animal, or a figment of the imagination, one thing's for sure, it's a fascinating part of Australia's rich cultural tapestry. So next time you find yourself by a quiet, eerie waterhole in the outback, keep your eyes peeled. You never know what might be lurking just beneath the surface. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Aussie mythology, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more intriguing tales from around the world. Catch you next time.